on rolling, baby. You know what time it is.
Is there really another choice, Jason?
No.
No, there's not. And that's why you have the red cap on tonight. Backwards, baby. Let's go! And then some.
Yeah. As soon as I heard this, I was like, "This is what he's going for tonight."
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Brady's PC, episode 230. We're rolling, baby. We're rolling on a Monday night. Listen, anyone who knows me, I'm super excited. I get to open up a show with Limp Bizkit, which will probably never ever happen again. But who cares? I'm all here for it. Listen, thanks for joining us as always. If you're joining us on the Facebook live stream, if you're joining us on YouTube or wherever you find audio only podcasts, always appreciate the support. We got some good shit to jump into. Whatever you think about Limp Bizkit or whatever, I'm not shocked the Deep would be listening to this in his cyber show.
Of course he would.
Oh, man. Listen, lots to talk about here. We got a brand new trailer for Street Fighter, which dropped this week. We've got Invincible. We've got The Boys. We've got Daredevil Born Again. We are eating well, like we talked about. My God, it's a great time.
So good.
It's a great time. So, Jason, what's up? What's going on, my man?
It's going. Happy Monday, everyone. I gotta admit something here, Ed. You don't know this about me. I don't think many people do. I don't like nu metal, and I never have. Like, I've never liked Limp Bizkit or Korn. I get why people do. It's just never. And I've been keeping that secret for decades now. Every time Did It All for the Nookie came on, and I'd be like, "Yeah, Nookie," and I was faking it, Ed. I wasn't into it.
You know, like Jason, I'm not. You know, I don't like karaoke. I don't. And I know for a fact you had to have been in some of the bars in the rare time I would do a karaoke, and I definitely did Nookie and Roland as two of them. And this is a fact. I know it because especially in Eagles, I remember specifically doing it there.
And I'm sure I was there. Do I have any memory of it? No, I don't remember
it's
most of
those. It's probably better that way.
Yeah.
But I also remember jumping the mic also.
Oh God, I remember going in and doing the Sex Pistols rendition of "My Way" just to piss the locals off because I was that asshole.
Oh man, that was it was good times. But yes, as I on the other hand do love nu metal. Linkin Park is one of my favorite bands of all time.
I do like Linkin Park. I do like Linkin Park.
They're the ones who kind of like expanded beyond just specifically that. I think a lot of people like Linkin Park is just good, you know. Limp Bizkit, I admit, it's a niche. It's a very niche thing. I admit what they are. The thing is, you know what it is, Joe Jason. Like since then, they've been self-aware of what they are, and they're very self-deprecating, and which is kind of like cool. I can kind of enjoy
part of it. Yeah. I don't hate them. I just never into them, but I will say Linkin Park always been here for, and funny enough, what got me into Linkin Park was Jay-Z, because if you remember, Jay-Z did that Linkin Park smash up, and I remember listening to that because I was a big Jay-Z fan back in the day, and going, "Oh wow, this Linkin Park, this is good stuff." I was sleeping on that.
Yeah, they came back recently with like a new album a couple of years ago, and they've toured. I've seen them live recently a couple of times too. Linkin Park is awesome. Again, Limp Bizkit. I saw Limp Bizkit open for Metallica in Florida last year.
Wow, are they good live?
They're funny enough. I love Limp Bizkit live. Like they do put on a great show. Whatever you think of them. They do have a lot of energy and they're into it. And again, like they're very self-aware of where they're at and what they've been and stuff like that. So you can appreciate it. That show though, when they opened for Metallica, was actually my least favorite time I've ever seen them live.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It was kind of like it was okay, but they've been much better. I've seen them at MSG. I've seen them in the Paramount in Long Island over the last like decade plus or so. Like they've been doing like smaller stuff, and it's been a lot of fun. I've seen them in a lot of different places. But yeah, they're a fun band to see live, especially like now. Like again, they're not taking themselves like overly seriously like at all, so you
Right.
can kind of get in with it. But yeah, it warmed my heart to hear it on The Voice this week. It was
That was nice.
I was laughing out loud, like I was cracking the fuck up when I heard it.
Oh, God. And of course, it was the Deep. The Deep, who
Of
is
course, it's Dave. Yes,
the Deep.
it's
Deep.
it's got a lot going on, my friend.
I'm gonna miss the Deep. I'm gonna miss
Yeah.
the Deep most of all.
The only boys pop that I have is actually the Deep.
Is it really?
Yes, it is.
That's awesome.
He's such an asshole. It's just like
No, he's the consistent worst of the worst. But
And
like
that's a lot.
pathetically speaking, you know,
Exactly.
like
Yeah, exactly. Him and Homelander are there's something. This is going to be. I'm really going to miss a lot of these characters on the show because we're not going to see them in like the prequel and stuff. So.
yeah, right. Same.
All right. So we do, as I said, we got a pretty loaded show to get into here. First off, we did get a trailer for Street Fighter, a full trailer, not just kind of like a sneak peek special preview thing like we got a couple of months back where we got that little clippage that's there. We got our first full trailer, so let's Jason has not seen it,
I have
so
not.
this will be true reaction. So let's add this to the screen and check this thing out.
All right.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I got good news, y'all. Gathered here are the world's best fighters.
I won't deny it, I'm a street fighter.
But only one of which will be crowned the world champion of street fighting. You win. Perfect.
I'm a street fighter.
You're not a warrior anymore, you're a sideshow.
My business as a What's up, MTV? I'm Ken Masters.
Just keep boxing.
This is your shot at redemption.
To my business as
I'm a street fighter.
Were you gonna show?
Don't stop.
The path I'm on now is not one of combat.
Maybe it's Ken's turn to be champion.
How did you find me?
I'm paid to find champions. Even if they're lost.
25 years of my life is still trying to get up that crazy hill of hope.
Good to see you, old friend. Still reckless. Sit down. This tournament is not what it seems. We have to be ready.
Everyone keeps going on about your thighs. I don't see what the big deal is. Bitch, please.
That was some abracadabra shit.
What's going on?
I'm positive that a fireball came out of Ryu.
Go here, Ryu! Perfect.
Uh-huh.
I want to see that right now. I want to go watch that right now.
Oh,
That looks like it has just enough self-awareness for the nostalgia effect. They've given clearly they're at least I don't know how it's going to play out, but clearly they've given these characters actual character
mhm.
and relationships, which seems nice. Uh, and and they look great. Look, I got to see. I just got to see Giles fucking sonic boom someone through a wall.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. Like, it looks batshit crazy, like what we said about the original thing. It looks completely nuts. It looks self-aware, though, at the same time. But it also looks like it has some heart to it. Like, the idea of giving Ken that whole backstory, that he's kind of like lost his way and he's kind of like a sideshow guy in the relationship with him and Ryu. Ryu obviously is kind of like, both of them are kind of like finding their way, back to everything. I don't know. Like, it looks like it's a hell of a lot of fun, man. Like, one way or the other.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a bad way. Like, it looks like it's going to be an absolute blast.
No, and that's the thing is, I don't want fucking Shakespeare in this. I want balls to the wall, crazy Street Fighter like the video game, and that's it. Looks like this is what they're giving us. And I gotta say, Dalsim looks fantastic. Zangief looks fantastic. We saw 2 cars destroyed.
Yeah, like there's a lot of, it knows what it is, and it also, there's a lot of the actual moves from the game that are in this, like the rolling together, like when you do the throw and everything. You said Zangief doing his like pile driver. Looks like he does that to Ken. We get a Hadouken.
Dalsim's arms move out. They're like elastic or whatever extender.
Yeah, and we get a lot of moves from like Chun-Li and everything like there too, like the spinning kick and everything. We get the Ken, the uppercut from Ken in there. Another scene. Like, this is, I mean, in some ways, it's kind of like what Masters of the Universe. Like, I feel like this is kind of the Street Fighter movie I've always wanted since I first popped a quarter into the game in a random arcade.
Yeah, no, I agree. It seems like they're giving people what we actually wanted back in the 90s when we got that coke-fueled, reason for Jean-Claude Van Damme and Minogue to hook up, Kylie Minogue.
Yeah, basically. And unfortunately, the last performance from Raul Julia.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
God. The man was a brilliant actor, character actor, and stage actor, and that's his last performance.
Yep. Which a movie we will be talking about later this year.
I've never seen it in its entirety, so I'm actually kind of excited because I have never seen it. I've only seen bits and pieces.
There's also an incredible animated movie, a Japanese animated movie that is so well done. It's
we cover that too?
Yeah, we got it. I think we do both of them.
Okay.
Up to that. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
And I haven't seen that one in ages, but I remember like really that being like the shit at the time. So.
All right, I'm excited to go into a Street Fighter frenzy.
Yeah, I mean, so much to get into with that. I mean, we also got Mortal Kombat in a few weeks.
I know.
It's like right around the corner. And
I'm gonna tell you something. It's gonna be weird seeing Carl Urban without the word cunt coming out of his mouth.
I know.
You think we're gonna get an oi cunt from him?
He's gonna tell Shao Kahn went right cunt.
That's right. Oh, that would be great. Oh, Shao Kahn, you're a right cunt, all right?
Bloody wanker.
I came here to Mortal Kombat so I can take out this wanker Shang.
If he mocks Kano briefly and just says that briefly, that would be perfect. That would be a perfect way that would make sense for him to do it.
That would be perfect. Yes, I would love that.
Yeah. But yeah, so obviously the trailer, 2 thumbs up for the trailer, it did get me more excited for the movie. Even though I've been excited for it, but like it got me more excited. The level, sure we'll get another trailer too, because I think this comes out like in October. So we still got like a ways off.
Okay.
For this.
All right, so we got 3 more trailers and a half a trailer, 5 teasers.
Yeah. Exactly. We got some time, and I'm pretty sure this trailer will play in front of Mortal Kombat. There's no question. Mortal Kombat 2. There's no question about it.
It has to. I'd be disappointed if it doesn't. I'll walk out if it doesn't.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. And plus I think we also have to do another game night, Jason.
We do. We
have to do another game night because I do have the arcade in my basement.
Dude, I'm in.
This and Mortal Kombat.
I'm in. Let's finish him.
Yeah, I can print out the move list and everything, and like just and have it. And Ginny is excited for all these fighting game movies.
Oh yeah, no, Ginny loves this stuff, and her sister's even more avid about it.
Yeah, so I mean, I know we'll work it out with them, but like, yeah, they're gonna have to jump on this train with us. So
they have to. They absolutely have to.
Yeah, I mean, she also joined us for the game night that we had, which was that was a blast.
That was a lot of fun. Yeah, the Nightmare on Elm Street trivia, and then we did threw some Harry Potter in there, some Seinfeld.
We formed this whole big trivia thing that was kind of like got all of it involved seamlessly.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. We'll have to work that out and do a video game, fighting game one or something like that.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you, I do have an emulator that has all the N64 Genesis games, so it's on the app there.
Yeah, because I got the two arcade 1-ups that Burr gave me.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
One of them Street Fighter 2. It has like Street Fighter 2 that has Champion Edition, and it has Turbo, the hyper fighting one. And then
nice.
The other one is Mortal Kombat 2, and Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3.
Wow, that's awesome. I love that you can get those video games like cabinets now.
I need to find one that has like Captain America and the Avengers and like the X-Men arcade. I guarantee they make one. That was one I would pony up for sure.
They have to. They absolutely have to. I personally want a Ms. Pac-Man machine.
Well, did you see the Marvel thing though that I sent you? I think it was they came out with a Marvel. I think it's like Maximum Mayhem that has Spider-Man, X-Men Arcade's Revenge, Captain America and the Avengers, the X-Men arcade game. I think they have it for like PS5 and Switch or whatever. I'm sure you have the system.
That's okay. That's pretty cool. I mean, I have those games on the emulator, but if
yes. Okay.
But if they have updated them, I still might buy them. I mean, even for a little graphics update, I'll check it out.
Nice. All right, yeah, no, I'm super excited for that. We gotta make that happen.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's jump into our shows of the week, shall we? And a show that I watched actually a couple hours ago. Spoiler warning across the bottom. Invincible season 4, episode 7. Jason, I know you're off social media. Right?
I am.
But I will tell you, the chatter that I resisted for a reason. Because I did like sometimes, I do want it to stay fresher in my mind, if possible. Mm-hmm. The chatter all week I kept hearing was, as I was dodging all these spoilers and everything, was people were calling this the best episode of Invincible ever.
Wow. I can see why.
Do you agree with this?
I don't know if I think it's the best episode ever, but I think it's a phenomenal episode.
Okay, fair enough. I know it's hard to pick one.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They're not fresh in my mind. I'd have to go back. We've seen a lot of. We're 4 seasons in. I can't say, and especially it's recency bias.
Yes.
But I will say this is a phenomenal episode from fucking start to finish. I can't believe they went there, and the fact that I'm sure people are going, which one, is a testament to this show. Because man, it's the attack on it's the follow up to the attack on the was it Krell or Thaddeus? I forget which is. No, Thaddeus is Peter Cullen.
Yes.
Krieg or Krell is the second in command. Who is the Thrawn? Who's I'm trying to remember the fucking names. The Emperor.
Thrag.
All right, thank you. It's close. But you find out, so they go after Thrag. Yeah, you're right. There's some fucking gleep glop starting with TH. But we find out that Thrag was engineered to be the most powerful Viltrumite, which is essentially the most powerful creature. He's the Superman of Supermen.
Yeah.
You know? And you get a little backstory into his relationship with the Great Betrayer, Thaddeus Peter Cullen, or Thaddeus, Thaddeus, I don't know. They pronounce it weirdly, or in a way that I'm not used to anyway.
Mhm.
And essentially, like we heard what happened, right? The Betrayer just killed the regent or the emperor in hopes that it would send the Viltrumites into a better path, which, looking at how things were going even then, was kind of a stupid idea. But you pretty much
Not the
see them
best idea.
looking not the best idea. Caused the power back, caused all this, made it worse.
Mhm.
But you pretty much see their mining installation and one of the planets they took over. There's an insurgency. There's a bomb. Everyone but Thaddeus wants to just show Viltrum might and level the place and maybe kill a third of the population to frighten the rest. And Thaddeus goes, if we just treat them right, they could help us, and everyone could be okay. And he's like called weak, and then the fucking put his loyalty into question.
Mhm.
And so then he winds up killing the Emperor. Thrag takes over. And in one of the most chilling scenes I've ever seen of anything, he goes, okay, we must cull the weakness that caused this. And he just has the Viltrumites murder each other for 10 hours straight?
It looked like it went on forever. Now, looking back on it, right, of how many Viltrumites are left now,
Right.
maybe this also not the best plan, but they were so cocky at the time and there was no virus yet or anything.
Yes,
They didn't think of it that way.
and by the time by the time the virus hits, they're already on the way to repopulate. They've already gotten, and I think this really though, I think shows us how the Viltrumites got where they are, right? Because they were a crazy, powerful, warring species to begin with, and this guy literally had the craziest of them fight, survive. You see
Yeah.
Conquest at the end. After he's told to step down, he's still looking to kill. So he just by evolutional engineering, I don't even know how to put it. He got rid of all the weakness and left only the strength and madness.
Whoa, balloons.
Where'd they come from? Was that in my?
So there's hand signals that go on with certain things. There's a way to turn. I got to find out a way to turn that off, but it actually kind of cracks me up sometimes, though.
Balloons? Oh God, I'm gonna play this all night.
Oh Jesus, here we go.
This makes me so happy.
Oh, all right, I won't find a way to turn it off then. I'll just leave it alone. We can see. We'll see what it does.
I won't do it gratuitously.
We'll see where it takes us.
We'll see where it takes us. But I think that really shows you that the Viltrumites are much worse than even, I don't know about you, but than I thought they were. Because this means that their evil and sadism is engineered.
Yeah, it's complete insanity. You're right. You chose to have the craziest and the most bloodthirsty left. You wanted this to become. And you coded it as strength. Yeah, good job. And guess what? They would end up causing your downfall in the end.
Yep.
Maybe the weak could have saved you guys in the end, or maybe common sense. I don't know. Maybe.
Right. Well, had they listened to Thaddeus even for a second, they wouldn't have found themselves in the place they were at.
Right.
And they go all the way here. Let's just get to it. I didn't know if you saw what they were doing or planning. I certainly didn't.
No.
They destroy the Viltrum homeworld. They blow up the fucking planet.
Well, I think it's important though to note though, why Nolan Thaddeus and Mark take it there because they are in the middle of a all-out battle because they figure, hey, Thaddeus is like, listen, let's go to Viltrum and take the fight to them before they can regroup. We're going to go after Thrag now before he's got all his people around him. This is when he's at his most vulnerable. So they lead the charge and they take the whole group there and they get to Viltrum and it's pretty insane that they have the floating dead Viltrumites kind of as a reminder when they come and leave. They leave the planet and return as a reminder of the dead.
Yeah, well, a reminder of their weakness, he says.
Yeah, of their weakness. Like Nolan
Remites even worse. So it's every time you leave the planet, you remember that that they were the weaker died and they're there, and we have to be stronger. And so they it's not like they're in spaceships; they fly right out. So they're always passing through. It's crazy.
But is it crazier to realize what happens? Because Thrag is waiting for them and uses the alive Viltrumites that are with him, that are hidden amongst the dead, and just pop out and attack because they knew Nolan and them were coming.
I'm gonna say I think that's brilliant.
I think brilliant. Tactically, but I'm just saying, like from the sane perspective,
it's crazy, but it's brilliant.
It is
because
brilliant. I agree.
They were completely caught unaware. I had no idea that's what was going to happen until we were supposed to. And they thought they were coming to bring the pain, and they got their asses kicked.
Oh yeah, no, were completely off guard by that, and it was like this knock them out, drag them out battle that goes on with like basically everyone, and then Thrag does what he does.
Yeah, well, I was going to say before we get to that, I did love that during this battle, it was they called back to all of the things that like the Viltrumite weakness handbook. Like they had those creatures, the guy on the bike, the guy with the gun had those creatures behind him. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
The woman, the girl with the suit, had made these darts which would nullify. Yeah. Yep, the tech jacket. Which nullified their power, which was based on the blood of some creature. That like it was. I loved how they utilized that. I loved how it built up, and it called back. And Battle Beast was Battle Beast. Who has? We're gonna get to separate section for Battle Beast, but separate Battle Beast section because he has the best line of the episode. And that's saying a lot. But yeah, this fight, like, and you know me, I'm more of the character person, not the fight person. But I thought this fight was done so well. And then, yeah. So what does Thrag do? Ed, tell us.
Oh, when Thrag goes ahead and fucking basically punches fucking Oliver's jaw off and rips off his arm.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Now I will say though, as crazy as that was, it was in the back of my mind, like, oh, well, if Oliver got his intestines ripped out and put everywhere, this is just but a flesh wound.
Yeah. No. Look, exactly. At this point, like, I watched Mark get his intestines pulled out like 100 meters at a fucking time, and then made into ice sculptures or whatever the hell they did knitted something with it, and he's fine now. A couple months later, Oliver's gonna be fine. And same thing with Nolan. When Thrag, like, I think he punches through Nolan, which we see a lot in this show. I was like, Nolan's gonna be fine.
That's the thing. The thing, ever since that happened with him, like with Mark, I'm like, all right, these look cool, but is it? But apparently, the one way you can end the Viltrumite
is to rip his head off.
It's the only way, I guess. You must remove head from body, and then there's no coming back from that. I think. I hope. Kind of.
Kill the head, and the body will die. That's what Hunter S. Thompson said.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was it. Was still pretty epic though. Like what happens because it sends Nolan into and it sends in Mark into a rage where he goes after Thrag, and then there was all of that happens there that they end up fighting, and when Thrag loses it is That was terrible.
Scary.
But before they
That
got
was-
there, though, him and Nolan do have that crazy conversation.
I love that was a good moment. Like, come home, all's forgiven. You're a Viltrumite. How few are there that were left? Like, and then of course, like, no, okay, pooh, right up into the atmosphere.
That
But
was
Nolan,
the uppercut of all uppercuts.
oh God, that was a Hadouken and a half. And Nolan points out, I love this too. He's like, Viltrum is a grave, and that's one of the things that kind of triggers Thrag. Like he's got it together for the most part, but he lashes out when he calls Viltrum a grave. And because I know this show, I would not be surprised if part of what we're going to find out is, they might have hinted at this, so maybe that's where I'm getting it from. But like that part of what he's doing is because of guilt, because how many Viltrumites were lost on his watch? You know what I'm saying? But like, not the ones that he had to execute each other, mind you.
Yeah.
The ones that were killed by the virus.
Yes, and yeah, that I can see that where that's all his guilt, and yeah, it touches a nerve, and that's what forces and makes him just uppercut Nolan to end all existence. I didn't know, like I'm shocked Nolan's head was still intact when that happened, because he goes flying into the atmosphere, into space.
Yeah. Again, the violence is hyper. It's like after watching Mark's guts being ripped out, it's fine. I wouldn't even be surprised if if Thaddeus came back. Like, his head regrew, it's a Viltrumite, he's fine. But they're not going to do that. No, I don't think they are.
They better not. No, I don't think so.
I don't think they are because it's been given over to Al the Alien. He's now in control, which I think is very interesting because he's been more of like a goofball fighter, and now he's the head of the Resistance. They got they're searching for the Viltrumites, but they're in hiding, and then Mark realizes that they're going to Earth, or they're at Earth. I didn't catch. Did you see how he made that leap, or was it just intuition?
It was intuition. Well, he was just trying to figure out what was what, and I think he pretty much kind of figured the Viltrumite way of thinking would be, all right, so you destroyed my home. Guess what? I'm going to destroy yours now.
Okay. Yeah, a good point. Okay, that makes sense.
I can see where he got there, though. And then that leads to, this is the first episode where there's no post-credit scene.
Yeah, that's true. I did notice that.
They don't go there with it because that cliffhanger, you can't get. There's nowhere to go from there.
No, that's it. If that wasn't going to be your post-credit scene, then you don't need one.
Yeah, exactly. So tell us about Battle Beast, by the way, because he does have the line of the episode. I agree with you.
Oh, Battle Beast. The fact that he actually has two great lines in this episode. The first is
the same one.
I'm sure one of the ones I'm going to say is you're thinking of. It's got to be, or maybe not, man. Battle Beast is prolific. I love this character so much. But they're all talking about like their perfect meal before they go into battle, and Oliver's like, my mom's boyfriend makes his own sauce and his own meatballs. I really like that. And Tech Jacket's like, I'd love to go and get McDonald's or whatever the hell the fast food place is there, and Battle Beast goes, my perfect meal would be my own blood. Like dying on the battlefield, choking on my own blood, being vanquished by an enemy that's strong enough to kill me. That would be the best meal of all.
And they're all like, okay.
Yeah, okay.
That was a lot of the episode.
I fucking look, and it was Michael Dorn, Mr. Worf, delivering it like that. This is the most brilliant casting of the show, and this is a show based on brilliant casting.
Yeah, there's a lot of it. Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of it.
The second Battle Beast quote of the episode is when he's fighting, and he goes, "I will kill you," and he said, "You will kill me and prove your superiority, or I will kill you and go on to find someone superior enough to kill me." Like I'm paraphrasing, but he says something like that. It was so awesome.
Yeah, those are the two lines of the episode.
Oh, fucking Battle Beast, man. He's the best.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome. I was worried for him for one moment because when he goes after Thrag, and Thrag rips off his like jetpack,
Yeah, it throws
I
him
was
out
like,
there.
"Holy shit, he might fucking kill him." I did
I
think
was
for a
I had
minute
to,
there was a possibility.
I had to walked out of my own home.
We're like, listen, Richie, I'm sorry, I gotta go. What happened? Battle Beast. Gotta go.
Battle Beast. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm
This
sorry.
this look if that happened, this episode would be very different. I'd be all in black. I'd have a
Yes.
veil. I'd be in
Yes.
mourning.
I could see that. I could see that. That was listen, awesome episode. If it's not the best, it's one of the best episodes of the show, I think, ever.
100%. It is from start to finish a phenomenal episode. Just it has you guessing. The action's good. The heart is there. The character work. We didn't even talk about like small beats like Alan gets sort of jumped after they destroy the planet. Alan gets jumped by two of the surviving Viltrumites, and then the Death Ray guy comes in, and he gets jumped, and then Tech Jacket saves them. They all get away, and he's like, "But I got to go back for Oliver." And the guy on the motorcycle is like, "We can't do anything for them, man. We got to go." And he's
Space
right.
Racer,
That's
yeah.
it. Space Racer. I couldn't remember his name. I can't remember anyone's name. Sorry, but yeah, but Space Racer was right. What are you going to do, right? You can't help them, and it's grim. It's grim. A great moment though.
I will say though, the fact that Thrag later on pretty much lets Nolan and Mark live. I kind of saw that one coming only because of what he said about the Viltrumites. Like every time a Viltrumite dies, like it hurts him and there's not a lot left. During that conversation, I'm like, all right, this is probably foreshadowing something. Because he purposely can. I mean, he could have murdered both of them. And he chose not to. He chose to let them both live. But he also doesn't see Oliver as the same as them. Because like he obviously Nolan is a pure Viltrumite. So he does have respect for him there. Granted, he ends up killing shit, not Greg. Thaddeus. He ends up murdering him. But that's also because he was getting revenge for his talking head, his talking skull that he speaks to on a regular basis. That was about revenge.
And I did like that because he kills him, and that's the first thing he says: "My Emperor, I have avenged you." So you're right.
Yes.
Complete revenge. That was a personal vendetta.
Yeah, and when Mark, as much as he's telling him he's not impressed by him, I think he is.
100%.
That's why he lets him, but he doesn't see Oliver that way.
No, and I'm gonna say this. I think he let them live because he's impressed with Mark, but not for who Mark is, but what for Mark represents. I don't think the Viltrumites are going to go to Earth to try to destroy Earth. I think they're going to Earth subjugate it and recreate the Viltrumite homeworld because Mark has proven that he's not as strong as them, but he holds his own against Thrag. Even if Thrag,
he also killed Conquest,
and he killed Conquest. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. He killed Conquest, and he holds his own against Thrag, and he is like clearly very powerful. So I think that's why they're going to Earth. And you're right, Oliver. I think he says, "You're not like us. Get out of here. You're you're the waste." Because remember, this was the Viltrumite initiative. You send people out, you see if they can reproduce with the population. Once they do, you lock that down, and you start getting more Viltrumites out. I think they're just going to continue with the plan.
All right, interesting. Yeah, because I think the initial reaction is going to be they're going to go and try to destroy Earth, and that's obviously what Mark is thinking.
Yeah, and I was thinking that too until we were just talking it through. But now I think it's going to be more we're enslaving Earth, we're going to breed with them, we're recreating the Viltrumite Empire. Thanks, Mark. You proved to us that it could happen.
All right, no, I like that. I like that theory. Honestly, that's a good one. But we'll see next week because next week's the season finale.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 8 episodes.
Shit.
So we will see.
So quick.
I know. And we've had this has been a great season, man. Like they're all great, but like this one,
it's stepped up.
Yeah, it's stepped up.
And that season.
Yeah, absolutely. So, all right, we shall see. Speaking of stuff that's still going on here, another spoiler warning across there for The Boys Season 5, Episode 3.
Oof.
Which, I mean, you didn't think Homelander could get any stranger?
Oh, Homelander's always been unhinged. Homelander has shoved the hinge up his ass and shit it into someone's mouth. That's how unhinged he is.
Oh my god.
I did look. All right, sure, it's a terrible metaphor and it's disgusting. We watched this man bathe in breast milk. Is it
Yeah.
really not an apt metaphor for how unhinged he is?
No. I'm with you on the metaphor. I was not with you on metaphor. I was just like thinking of course, I visualized the metaphor, and I was just like, okay.
Sorry.
But yeah, Homelander did go ahead and bathe and bragged about bathing in breast milk.
Oof. All right, so big week, and I think we start right off. And this is, and I respect this. They didn't try to play with us. They try to fuck with us. Is Soldier Boy alive? Yes, he is. We find that out right away. And you know what? I don't even think they meant to fool us. I think we thought they were trying to fool us, but literally, he got up at the end of that episode. We all knew it was Soldier Boy.
Yeah.
And so he's been pardoned. He's given a seat back with the 7, but he is fucking pissed because he knows that Homelander sent him to die, and Homelander did send him to die, and he's trying to like walk it back, and he's like, no, you're pathetic. You are, and he's saying the kind of shit to him A-Train said to him, except
A-Train.
Homelander could kill A-Train.
Yes. Didn't want to, but you're right. He could physically too.
Yep.
But also, who came back this episode? He said it to him a couple of years ago as well.
Oh, Giancarlo Esposito?
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn you, character name comes back to me. I'm gonna have to look it up because I don't want to butcher this one. No pun intended. But
no, by the way, that was nice. Cunt. I think I love the line, by the way, while you look this up, is
Stan Edgar.
when Stan Edgar, there you go. Mother's Milk calls him Black Spock. That fucking got me.
Oh no, that was dynamite line. Absolute dynamite line. But yeah, no, you're right though. Like, Soldier Boy, his dad, calls him pathetic multiple times, just shits on him completely.
Oh yeah.
And Homelander's daddy issues he's having this year, that's really driving it home for him. Because again, physically, no one can really fuck with him. So that's the way to get to him. We saw Stan Edgar tell him that also to his face. Like, got another person he could have murdered in 2 seconds. Yeah, a lot of people are getting a Homelander. I mean, again, the only way to get to him is mentally, basically mental warfare. And it works. Yeah,
I agree, because Homelander is like, he's losing it. He has. We'll fill in the gaps, but we'll talk about Homelander first, I guess. Homelander is starting to have delusions. He's starting to see the woman, like, who was his manager, like, from the first 2 seasons, he killed himself.
Yeah, Madeline Stewart.
That's it. Who she used to like let him drink her breast milk. Like, there was insane stuff going on there, and she now comes back to him in this like religious garb and this light, and he is just, it pans out and you see reality. He's hallucinating the fuck out of this, but he sees it. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just gonna echo what you were saying.
But he sees it as this destiny, right? This is his version of God giving him a destiny, and there's a line too, like when he was like, "Did they hate me?" And she's like, "Just make them love you like Christ." And he's like, "Yeah, I save more people than Christ."
He is so out there with this, and it was a genius way to bring Elizabeth Shue back for a cameo, in the last season. That was a pretty smart way to do it, I thought.
I agree, and she was, as always, great. Elizabeth Shue's a fantastic actress.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he goes with that complex, and that's when later on, like we catch him with and suddenly he's relaxed, bathing in the tub of the breast milk. When Soldier Boy walks in, and he's like, "My God," he has a great line too, where he's just like, "Man, when I thought there was a fucking ceiling on how weird you can fucking get, nope, you just blow right past it."
Oh, and he's this great cutting line too. So the important reason that Soldier Boy survives is, and this is plot. This is completely necessary
Yeah,
plot, and I love it. Um, Soldier Boy and a handful of others, the first soups were given Gen V1. The Gen V1 compound was so powerful that it stopped aging. It doesn't you can't get sick on it. It just burns that shit out. Nothing can get to you, which is why Soldier Boy hasn't aged and the newer soups are. It is a secret that Vought wanted kept so badly that they destroyed the formula. No one actually knows what the formula is. Of course, they'll find it. Um, and the Homelanders found out that if he gets this formula, he also can become immortal and invincible and just literally a god. And all that is to set up one of my favorite moments in the movie, in the show, where Soldier Boy pretty much says, "You're pathetic. You tried to have me killed, and now you're offering me a seat back at the table. I'll tell you what. I'm looking at someone with graying balls. That's what I'm because he's standing there naked in front of him, right?
yeah,
I'm looking at this with graying pubic hair. So I'll tell you what. While you're shitting yourself and dying of old age, I'll take over the seven again because I'll still be young. Like I'm paraphrasing, but that's essentially the
yeah,
point
yeah,
of.
yeah. No, he shits all over Homelander in that scenario, and we saw like Homelander started getting the aging thing, last season and stuff like that. Remember, he was keeping the gray pubes in a jar in the
Yes.
container, and
Yep.
fucking
Oh
A-Train
God.
found it.
Oh God,
Yeah,
I forgot about that. Why'd you remind me of that?
yeah, he's just so fucking weird, and yeah, and I do wonder though if this V1, because that becomes the big, like, the MacGuffin right now for the season,
Yeah.
right? You would
Right.
imagine, like, because the boys find out about it, they're after it. They're part of this whole episode is them trying to track it down as well, questioning, if they can give the current soups the V1, will it make them immortal too? That's what I wonder. I'm gonna throw it out there right now. I'm guessing that it's going to end up not working like that. And that might end up being the thing that can kill Homelander. Some
You
sort
know
of
what?
mixture of it, because I don't think the virus is going to be the virus that they're concocting. I have a feeling that was the misdirect. I actually think the V1, if a current soup ends up trying to inject themselves with it, will end up killing them somehow. I don't really know the science behind it. Obviously, it's comic book science.
No, no, but that does make sense because, I'm sold. You got me because Starlight does say when Huey says to her, "Well, why don't you just couldn't you just take the V1 and be immune to it, the
Mm-hmm.
virus?"
Yeah.
And she went, "Yeah, maybe, and maybe we'll grow a bunch of pricks all over our body and
Oh,
become
yeah,
a
yeah.
roly-poly ball of pricks." It's like because that's the thing. It's like you don't know what it's going to do to you. Just because you've already got superpowers doesn't mean it's not going to do something else to you.
Yeah, and Huey's line by that because she says like something like a bunch of dicks or something like that, and she's like, he was like, yeah, that's like very specific. You thought about this or something
Yes.
like that. Yeah, that's what I think. I think that's going to be the twist. Is that, and I'm not trying to spoil it. Don't know anything, but that's my guess. Is going to be the twist that's going to thing that would be end up killing Homelander. And when they mention about, they mentioned Stormfront and others in the group of the original soups that had V1 and survived, those characters I would imagine we're going to meet in Vault Rising in the prequel series that's coming eventually. I forgot when the hell that's supposed to be dropping. My guess is it'll be sometime next year. But yeah, my guess is that those are some of the characters we'll meet then, and those are all like the V1 crew of it here. But there was also another plot, another way that Butcher tries to go after Homelander in this episode as well.
This really shows Like, and I've been saying this the entire season, and I think that's the point. But this is another nail in the coffin of Butcher's humanity. What he attempts to do here, it's disgusting.
Yeah. I mean, go ahead. You wanna.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, we get Homelander's son back, and he's been off in Russia doing. Actually, we don't know what he's doing. They haven't really said.
He's kind of just been like on the run, to tell you the truth. Like, I mean, that's what I'm guessing. Like, he's just kind of on the run because the episode opens where he ends up murdering all these like Russian dudes who were kind of after him.
Yes. Oh, right. Yeah, and he said, and the guy's like, "Please don't kill me." And he's like, "Sorry, I can't let anyone know I'm here."
Yeah, so he's been on the run for that. He's got his whole laser eyes and stuff like that, and yeah, Butcher going ahead and like tracking him down to try to lure out Homelander because Homelander, like because of the virus, hasn't left the tower in forever because he's basically hiding from the virus.
Yeah, he's scared.
Yeah, for
they all are.
Yeah,
which is it's nice to see. But Butcher is so fucking manipulative because this starts with Edgar because we get everyone but Butcher go to Edgar to ask him about the original V1 formula because this is brilliant scene where Homelander and the boys figure out what the V1 formula can do, and it's why it kept Soldier Boy alive, and like it just keeps cutting back and forth to both conversations, and they're at the same exact point in the exposition, which I really liked. So they go to Edgar, but of course, Butcher doesn't because Butcher killed his daughter, and would have to face him and his granddaughter because he murdered his mother. And don't forget, he's kidnapped her father, which no one knows about, and told him that Homelander did all of this and has been keeping him a prisoner to create this this V disease.
Yes. And when it's found out, he's like, fuck off, pretty much.
Yep. Oh, yeah. So he then gets her, Victoria's daughter, to contact Homelander's son. He has that moment with her. He then comes out and says, "Hey, I know we needed to talk. Let's have a pint. Homelander raped your mother. It's your destiny to kill him. This is it. You're gonna fight him. We're gonna, and he gasses him up and he does actually tell. I will say this. He does tell him, "You're gonna give him this disease. It's gonna kill you too. But I'll be around and we'll go together."
So all right, I did want to ask you about this. I'm glad you brought that up.
Mm-hmm.
I think Butcher's serious though about that. Like
I do too.
I think he does care about Ryan.
I do too.
I genuinely do. Yeah, I genuinely do think he does. I don't think he's that far gone where he truly was just trying to use, was just trying to say like, Ryan, you're just going to be like the decoy and that's it. I do think he genuinely does care about him, but the part where he loses it is when he starts hyping him up as the destiny part. Once he starts playing with that shit, but I think he was genuine, like, hey, Ryan, you're going to die once this virus comes out. So I'm going to hit him with this virus, or you're going to hit him with this virus. We're all basically going to go. But Butcher's okay with that because I don't think Butcher cares about living at this point. He just wants to kill Homelander.
I think Butcher wants to die after Homelander. Yeah. Because Butcher has no purpose. He's made this his life's purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll do it at any cost. But yeah, I think 100%. Like I agree with you. I think he does care about the kid. Not enough to do anything differently. Not enough not to manipulate him or use him. But I do think he is, and I think he's 100% correct when he says, or being honest when he says, "I'll be close by. We'll go together." I believe that 100%. Butcher plans on dying after this. He does not plan on surviving this.
No. I agree with you 100%. His thing is like, hey, me and Homelander will go down together, but as long as he's the one who goes down, by all means necessary, and anyone else who wants to join us. I don't know. I was actually gonna say, to an extent, though, I don't know. I don't necessarily think. I don't think his. I think his feelings for the rest of the boys, like Huey, Frenchie. I don't necessarily think he wants to sacrifice them for this mission, but I think he'll manipulate them enough to get what he wants.
Oh, yeah, I don't think he necessarily wants to sacrifice anybody, but I think he will sacrifice everything.
To kill Homelander, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I think he genuinely like I would say probably is probably his favorite of the boys. I
Yeah.
think he'd gut MM's daughter while MM watches if it meant he'd kill Homelander.
Yeah, I agree.
Because he is obsession. Like his character has become the physical embodiment of obsession.
Yeah. 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 So, well, I mean, that ends up, once they find out about that whole thing, goes like Ryan goes to Homelander, but it goes and I think that's at the tower.
That's a great scene. That's a really great scene because he's like, "Did you rape my mother?" Because Homelander's like, "I knew you'd come back. I loved you. I missed you. Let's be friends." Everyone leaves. I just because that's his thing now. Why does everyone leave? As he murders everyone around him.
Yeah, you fucking kill all of them.
Exactly. And he's like, "Did you rape my mother?" And he's, "No. Who told you that? Butcher? That's disgusting. We had an affair." And he goes, "No, but did you rape?" And he wouldn't let go. And he goes, "All right, but yeah, sure, I did. But look, it produced you. Isn't that wonderful?" And he loses it. And he starts hitting Homelander. And Homelander's trying not to fight back at first, to Homelander's credit.
Yeah.
But Homelander's going to Homelander. And at one point, he just snaps. And he just starts beating the shit out of this kid. And did he kill him? What do you think?
No, I don't think he kills him. I think he beats him to the Butcher. If I remember,
Did he
Butcher
find him at the end?
Yeah, no, Butcher finds him and kind of takes him away. He beats the living piss out of him.
I mean, yeah, like really badly.
But I think also Homelander knows what he can take, what Ryan can take, and what can't. I think he did it enough to send a message.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought that was a great scene.
No, it was. It was and he also Ryan laser eyes Homelander's chest.
Yes.
Also, too, he's not trying to hold back, but Homelander obviously knows, again, his what he can take and what Ryan can take. So, again, he gives him the beating. And I guess if you want to call it the equivalent of an evil parent's, like spanking their child or something like that.
Yeah, no, that's true.
In his mind.
Right. No, yeah, no, I know what you're saying. And I think it's interesting, too, because we're seeing him being shit on as a son, and then shit on as a dad.
Yep. Yeah. He's getting it from everywhere, but I mean, it's not like he hasn't fucking earned all this. But
no. The only person I have less sympathy for in the boys than Homelander is the Deep.
Well, speaking of the Deep, though, like the Deep, Noir,
Road Trip.
They have the
bald chick from the prison.
Yes.
And the bounty hunter guy from Gen B, right? He was a Gen B character.
Yeah, exactly.
It was cool to see him again. He was fun. I liked actually seeing all of them work together.
Yeah, they jump into Deep's Cybertruck and they blast Limp Bizkit while they're going to find Stan Edgar, and they find him in his bunker.
And so funny because, of course, it's a Cybertruck because that's what they're doing, right? Like the Deep is one of these mega bros,
guys, tech bro,
right?
Whatever.
And you even have a moment of, and again, this is showing, and I'm not actually making it politically, or I'm just commenting on what I saw. So if you don't come at me if you own one of these cars, I don't care. I'm just saying what the show did is, they actually have, I don't know if it was MM or Frenchie, but one of them was like, "Oh, scumbags who drive that," and not realizing it's the Deep. It was just commentary on how that car has become politicized.
Oh yeah, no, there's another show that I watched that they did the same thing. Like the same.
Oh, really? Okay.
He's on Hulu. Chad Powers.
Mm-hmm.
The show that they kind of use the Cybertruck as like a symbol for a douchebag and stuff like that. So so they find Stan Edgar in there, and then also Stan Edgar has Maverick, who is
Translucence. I forgot about. Completely forgot about Translucent. Stupid idea. Why did they think this was a good idea? These people are stupid because essentially everyone but Maverick knows that Huey killed Translucent. They remind the viewers in the beginning. He puts a bomb up Translucent's ass and detonates him in the first episode, I believe.
Yeah.
Everyone, they told, of course, Edgar told Maverick that Homelander did it and all of this, and Maverick bought into it, and Maverick wants to fight and kill him and all that, and Huey's been like weird to him, like, hey, be careful, or don't just do what you think your dad would want you to do, or whatever. And they essentially send him outside because the Deep rolls up with his posse. Oh.
Wow.
I gotta see what else. I gotta play this later. Anyway, the Jeep rolls up, and Stan Edgar's like, "Now we're in a bunker. They're not getting in. This is like, this is made to withstand nuclear war." And they're stripping away, and they decide to send Maverick out there to gas bomb them. Except Dog the Bounty Hunter catches him because he smells of like cologne, like obnoxious cologne. And of course, he goes, Deep, why would Homelander kill my dad? Deep's like, what are you talking about? They killed your dad. Boom, he's on their side. He lets them in. Why would you send him out there?
Yeah, that was not the best strategy. The Deep knew it, so yeah, that wasn't great.
No.
But then also, one thing that got lost in the shuffle is that Soldier Boy ends up banging Firecracker.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yes. Although I'm sure he was thinking about Sherry Lewis when he was doing it.
Yeah, I'm sure it was something along those lines.
I gotta say, we don't get one Soldier Boys into Sherry Lewis. We get two. We'll get back to the Firecracker thing in a second. We get, I remember being in Studio 54 and shitting on Sherry Lewis's chest or something like that.
Yeah, some shit like that.
And then he has a moment where he talks about hooking up with Sherry Lewis. For anyone listening who doesn't know, Sherry Lewis is a puppeteer from like the 70s, 80s. Like I remember watching her show as a kid, and she had a pan puppet named Lamb Chop, and it was like, "Hey, Sherry, I'm Lamb Chop. Hey, Lamb Chop, how you doing? I'm Lamb Chop. Don't eat me. I won't eat you." And back and forth. This is who he is fondly remembering hooking up with and shitting on her chest.
And a lot of things that come out of Soldier Boy's mouth are just completely out of left field and absolutely hilarious.
I fucking love Soldier Boy. I can't wait to see him on this new show. I really cannot wait to see him on this the original line.
Yeah, but when him and Firecracker started talking, you instantly knew where this was going.
Look, when they pull out their pistols and they start comparing size and girth and fucking age and weight, I'm like, oh, they're fucking right now.
Yeah, basically.
They just haven't made it to the bedroom yet.
Yeah. And he also, his reasoning for it is actually hilarious though, because he was doing it just to get at Homelander. Then he finds out that they never hooked up.
Yeah,
and he's pissed off about it.
It was because of that. Look, Firecracker's young. She's hot. She's crazy. That's not what he's into. He's into old stalwart women.
Yeah,
he's into Margaret Thatcher. He's into Sherry Lewis.
Oh man,
I wonder how attracted he is to Bea Arthur.
Oh, I'm sure he'll be right up his alley. He'll say like, "Yeah, I knew her in her prime," and all this other stuff.
Do you think that he masturbates to the Golden Girls?
I mean, I think he'll tell you he slept with all of them at the same time.
Oh God, I would pay to see that.
Yeah, he had an orgy with them. That's how it went.
Why didn't you call me Big Daddy?
Oh, Soldier Boy. All right. Anything? Did we miss on anything on this episode?
So they get Stan Edgar at the end because something big actually. Because Stan Edgar tries to fuck over Starlight and Huey, and he locks them in his compound, and he dims the lights so she has no power, and he goes to leave, and Black Noir catches him like that. And then Black Noir puts him in the car. He gets in the car and deep gasses him, throws him on the side of the road, and goes, "Sorry, man," and drives off. So, and then you get that lingering shot on Noir. I want to bring that up because we're talking about Noir. Like something's going on there. So it's got to. I don't know. I don't know what it means, but it's got to mean something.
Yeah, I don't know. The whole mystery around Black Noir, it really has me guessing. I really don't know. I just don't think there's no chance in hell it's just a method actor. Like he's gone full method.
No.
Actually, I got something for you.
Okay.
And I'm going to credit Rick on this one.
Ooh, was a Rick special.
This is a Rick special, but I don't know if he like got wind of this somewhere or if this is truly out of his own head. Okay?
All right.
He threw it out there that what if it's Sam from Gen V?
Oh.
Who is his way to infiltrate. Because we're going to see the Gen V crew in this season.
Oh, shit. That's a brilliant. Rick, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense because it's not method acting. Like that, I don't think anyone but the Deep is stupid enough to believe that. Like, this guy was a chatterbox last season.
Yes.
And now he doesn't say a word. He's a completely different person.
I'm on board with I think it's Sam. I think that's how they work him in because he's strong enough to be able to do this kind of shit.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think you're right.
We'll see.
That's interesting. Oh, that's super cool. And yeah, that's right. We are getting the Gen V kids on this, which I'm glad. I'll tell you something. The Gen V show is so good that I forget who I saw and what. It all just reads like the boys to me.
Is intertwined.
Yep.
So
yeah, okay. So I think that's all we needed to hit. I think we got the major stuff.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm glad you brought that up though, because I did want to pepper in that, possibility that it's Sam as Black Noir now.
No, I like that. If that's right, we're gonna. I hope Rick comes on. Is on our because Rick's been talking about coming on the show again. Open invitation, man. We told you. But I hope when he does come on, it's the reveal of that, and he can talk about it and be right.
He would have to be. He can take his victory lap.
Exactly.
All right. So then that takes us to our last show of the week, which is Daredevil Born Again Season 2, Episode 5. So 1 second, though.
Here it comes.
I need to go. When I was a boy. No, listen, I will say that we speculated last week on what we thought happened to Vanessa. Maybe we were right and wrong at the same time.
I'm going to give the show credit. It was clever.
It was.
The misdirect was clever because I don't know about you, but I completely didn't think that was going to happen at the end just simply because I thought it was going to happen at the beginning of the episode. And when it didn't, I was like, okay, so, all right, she's still alive.
So I will say this. I figured that we were going to find out fairly quickly what the deal was with Vanessa. With Vanessa. That's true.
Vanessa.
I don't know how long I'll be able to do that anymore now, but the writers of this show really, really, really like to twist a knife and torture their characters.
They do.
Because this episode from the Fisk, we'll get into, we'll just break it down because I feel like in some ways this is an incredible episode that virtually has no action in it. but it emotionally does so much heavy lifting. And you could have just killed Vanessa in that one moment, or you can choose to twist the knife and give Wilson Fisk false hope for an entire episode and drag this thing out and make it 100 times worse than it would have been if she would have died right then and there. This makes it exponentially worse.
Yep.
And my God, even Matt and Daredevil and Bullseye, who are on the other half of this episode,
yep,
who are kind of just on the run and having a talk and stuff and like chatting about this, and Matt's trying to make sure that he doesn't die throughout the episode, even though he kind of feels like mission accomplished. He's ready to go. He's balanced the scales and all that. They're concerned. They have a moment where they have a conversation like, hey, if she's dead, Fisk is going to be like on another level.
Yep.
They know it's coming. They just don't know if she's dead or not. And because there's speculation of like, what is the situation with Vanessa? And it's seeing that she is. I kind of have a feeling she was going to die. I'm going to be honest, just because I especially when she started talking about the pineapple and she was doing weird stuff that she doesn't normally do, and they gave that away. Yeah, that's when I'm like, this is not going to end well. And I was cringing watching this because I'm like, oh my God, they're making it so much worse.
No, because half this episode is the like origin story of how he met her, and we get the call back to the painting that is what brings him there, the white painting that like we actually see her talking with the woman who she works for. It's like, you should got to put that out there. The right buyer will buy this. And the woman's like, yeah, you're crazy. And then we see her later. She bought her own gallery. She's got it out there. It brings Fisk in. Like, we see the budding of their whole love story.
Well, yeah.
Only to have her, like, die like that at the end.
Yeah, this show on both sides, right? Like, because there's a lot of duality with Matt and Wilson Fisk. Both of these storylines, there's a lot of flashbacks, air quotes, flashbacks, because this show goes back to season 1 of Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We get Foggy back in a time when, remember, back in season 1 of Daredevil, for those, who recall in the Netflix show, they didn't realize they had a connect, like Wilson Fisk was behind a lot of this, and they were kind of working for him. So there's that, and it also ties in Buck into their whole world and shows where he's at. So apparently he was around during season 1 in the Netflix show. I mean, it's retconned, but I mean, it's not like they break it in a way.
Yeah, they don't. Here's the thing: it's retconned in the sense that they go, you didn't know he was doing this in the background, but it's like it doesn't take away from any of the first season. It doesn't change it. Okay, he was doing that in the background. That's easy enough to ask.
Because you get the Wilson Fisk stuff where you're right. They show the meeting more behind the scenes of like, because we did see this in season 1 of Daredevil. How him and Vanessa met, the painting, all of that. It goes into their love story, and it goes further. And obviously, this is also what Wilson the emotions that he's having. And then by the end of the episode, she dies, and he completely loses it. So you can see, like, again, it's just driving the knife home throughout the episode. The visions of them on the beach together and everything like that. Like, and her, she kind of like goes to the light and everything like that, like to kind of fade away to that. It is heartbreaking. I will admit, I felt bad for him. I genuinely did.
Too.
As much as a monster he is.
I did too.
They make you feel sympathy for him.
The thing is, he's not written nor is he acted, and not once ever in any of these seasons as an arch villain, as a bad guy. If you remember in that first season, this is my favorite part of that first season, and maybe even all the Netflix stuff. was the Good Samaritan speech he gives at the end when he finally fights Daredevil, when he's like, I thought I was the good guy protecting people, but I'm the bad guy and I'm gonna own this now. And like, and then he goes back and forth on that, but that's the thing. It's because he's not everything he does is arch and villainous. It's easy to feel sympathy for him when he loses someone that he clearly cares about, even though don't forget the shit he did to the guy who hooked up with her when they were on a break. Like, he's an evil guy, but the acting and the writing is so good, you still kind of can't help yourself giving a little empathy to him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this doesn't in any way exonerate anything he's done, but his love for Vanessa and like how much that's his world, and now he's lost it. So now he is going to be incredibly unhinged. Now in episode 6, I think we're going to see what we thought we were going to see in episode 5.
I agree.
Right? And I do applaud this show for so much of building it more than I thought it needed to be built up for when it finally does happen. And then on the other hand, because this show is about duality with the two of them, you got Matt, who's got a person he tried to kill in episode 1 of season 1 of Born Again. And he admits that. He wanted to kill him. And he didn't. And obviously, Bullseye's twisting that around to like this being his destiny, that he should have died that night and everything. And he was balancing his scales and everything. But they're also having his flashback of a moment when when Matt and Foggy went ahead and had a story of showing mercy, showing like empathy and stuff like that. And it reminded me in ways of great Arrow. Remember back when Arrow would have the two storylines at the same time? Yeah, when it was excellent. This episode reminded me of that in a way, where it showed you the synchronized and the duality of the past and in the current story.
Yeah, no, I thought I agree with you. I thought that was really cool. I love like the past is about Foggy having to come to terms with helping someone who was shitty to him when he was younger, right? Exactly. He has a personal relationship with this guy, and what you find out at the end is this guy. Yeah, he was a bad guy, and he went to, but Foggy also says, like, yeah, my friend who I hung around with, that was his brother. He was the older one, so this guy, the criminal, so he'd come and take all the abuse to protect the kid. And there is a moment where he tells Foggy, like at the end, like, the friendship you had with my brother, I never had a friend like that. And it does kind of give you the insight, and so Foggy goes from like, I don't want to help this guy to, we have to help this guy. And what we find out is he worked for Fisk. And if he goes to jail, he's dead. And that's where we get the Buck thing, too, because what Buck is doing in that episode of the first season is he's going after this guy. But Foggy, like, takes all the money out of the Matt Murdock fund that they're getting for their law firm and gives it to him and lets him go on the run. And I think you're right, that parallel to, okay, Foggy had to come to terms with someone who was put in a fucked up situation and maybe wasn't the best of people, but wasn't as bad as the actions they took, if that makes sense.
Yes, no, that's perfect, because it's also it was a way for Matt to learn empathy. Foggy Matt learned empathy in that situation through Foggy learning empathy in that situation, which ties into currently Bullseye. Same thing, where again, maybe he's a person who was put in a fucked up situation, who is not necessarily completely evil in his core.
Right. And I think what Bullseye is trying to show is that he's not. I mean, he's a lot of people, and it probably shouldn't do that, but
absolutely,
he's also trying to, in the only way he knows how, with his skill set, right the wrongs that he sees that he kind of helped bring upon.
Exactly.
And he kills a bunch of the anti-task force people. And look, I'm not saying it's okay to kill people because you don't agree with
No.
them. But like when we're looking at comic book stuff, they're coded as the bad guys, and
Yes.
he's going out of his way to only kill the bad guys. And other characters, you could make the argument that's the anti-hero. That's actually, isn't that the Punisher?
Yeah, exactly.
So
Exactly.
I think it's really an interesting exploration of this character. And I gotta say that as much as I went into that season of Daredevil with Bullseye going, I don't know how I feel about this, and they came out liking it. Uh, I feel that this season actually has really elevated what they did on that original show for the character of Bullseye to a point where I'm like, you know what? This is the Bullseye I wanted.
Yes, because Daredevil Born Again is turned out, and it's succeeding to be the perfect. It is a sequel show to Daredevil, right?
Yes.
It is in every way, shape, and form, and it is building off what Daredevil did. And you're right, like it's elevating a lot of the characters from that. And now, for anyone who didn't think that maybe season 1 of Born Again was quite up to the level of the Netflix Daredevil, that show, season 1, while as much as we enjoyed it, and I liked it a lot, it laid the groundwork for this season to be even better.
Agreed.
By weaving it into the MCU at the same time as acknowledging the Netflix stuff. And remember, like that season 1 went through a lot of changes during the creative process. And again, I still think it works. It works great. But now season 2, it walked so season 2 can run.
Absolutely. I think season 1 was great for what it was. It had a lot to shoulder, and as you said, it changed a lot. It was going to be just a straight up reboot using 2 of the same actors, and it became a sequel. It became an extension.
Yeah.
And they had already had that shit written, so they had to change it. And yeah, it was. I think we did talk about it at the time. It was a great season, but it was an off-kilter season, something like maybe a bit off balance. But I think you're right. Like this season is perfect.
Yeah.
And this season could not have happened without the build up. And had they tried to just jump into this,
it
wouldn't have worked. So I think they took the L, they took the knee. They said, okay, we're gonna do what we can. It's not we're gonna let the fanboys complain, but we're gonna give you quality anyway, so we can give you something phenomenal later.
Yeah. And to me, again, it absolutely has. Like these 3 shows collectively, just they're not missing. Like
No.
from week to week, and not just saying this because we were really into this stuff. Like all 3 of these shows are firing on all cylinders right now, and you rarely get that.
No, I agree. It's like I remember when we were covering a lot of TV stuff. So some of it, and I liked a lot of it, but some of it was a fucking slog.
Of course, it was. It was painful sometimes. I mean,
it
obviously.
was. But these 3 shows. I mean, this is the cream of the crop.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think we've had 3 shows running simultaneously that have been at this level.
No, I agree.
I agree. One thing that before we wrap, I wanted to touch on that we didn't touch on last week. We didn't bring up the Watcher.
Oh, we didn't. I want to bring up something about this episode before we go, but
go
ahead. No, I mean I don't want to interrupt you though.
No, there was it was confirmed by Brad Wonderbaum, who was the head of Marvel TV, that in episode 4, when at the end, when Daredevil's chasing Bullseye, there is a glass where they do show the blink and you'll miss it, a Watcher Easter egg.
Oh, that was confirmed as real now?
No, that was confirmed as real. It was a huge speculation, but he came out and just tweeted, "Always watching."
Oh, cool. Okay, super cool. Super cool. I love that.
And that's a nice way to just pepper that in there. So that's pretty awesome that we get a serious, grounded Marvel TV show with a Watcher Easter egg. That was pretty sick.
And I kind of love that it's an Easter egg that is never going to appear on this show. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just in world. Like if you get it, you get it. If you don't, who cares? It's a second.
Oh, good, exactly. So what was it about? Oh yeah, because Buck in this episode.
Yes, I wanted to talk. I think we have to talk about Buck and the Staten Island guy and the reporter.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
So there's a whole moment, and I got to admit, I don't like the guy from Staten Island. I forget his name. I remember anyone's name.
Daniel.
You know that. Daniel, thank you. I don't necessarily like Daniel. I have sympathy for Daniel. I think that's the point. I think you're not supposed to necessarily like him because he's making bad decisions, but you're supposed to empathize or sympathize with him because he's doing it and he thinks he's doing it for the right reasons, right?
Yeah.
You then get the reporter who's his friend and he has a thing for, and he knows. I think he fucking knows that she's been the one leaking because he does have that moment. Like, if it's you, we're both dead. Please just stop if it's you.
Yeah, he throws her the lifeline because he does. I think he. Yeah. So yeah, obviously he's again he
cares for her.
No,
he cares for her.
He genuinely does.
He wants to romantically be with her.
Yeah.
And I think as a testament to him, he knows what she's been doing and he is willing to overlook it if she stops so they could be together.
Yes.
And I don't even think it's you're hurting my precious Wilson Fisk. I think it's you're going to get us killed.
Yeah. Because he also knows that if she gets found out, he's getting found out. And Fisk isn't going to give a shit one way or the other, especially now.
Yep. Oh, yeah. And then, so you have this moment, which I think is a fucked up moment on her part, where she comes to the hospital and she's trying to get information about how Vanessa is doing. And, Daniel won't tell her. He's like, I can't tell you that. This is confidential information. She goes, oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have come and asked. I just, I care about you and I'm just worried about you. And she gives him a hug and he takes the hug. And that's what makes it fucked up is she's using, this
she's
isn't
manipulating him too.
Yeah. This isn't I'm manipulating you to let me find out where Fisk's dirty laundry is so we can get him out of office or we can save people. This is I'm manipulating you to get a scoop.
Yes.
Because he then goes, okay, between us, or maybe he doesn't even say that, but I think that's implied. She's in critical condition. It doesn't look good. He's not good. No one's good. This is bad. And then she goes, oh, I'm so sorry. And then goes right out and fucking gets a report out there.
Oh, that's also what causes Buck to take him for a ride.
Oh, the ride. Talk about the ride, Ed.
Yeah. Take him for the ride, basically, to... I mean, listen, it's pretty obvious, and it's funny because it's like James Gandolfini's son who's playing Daniel. In a moment where...
That's Gandolfini's son?
Yeah, no, it is.
Shit, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he plays a young Tony Soprano in the Sopranos movie.
Okay, I never watched that. But
yeah. Well, you should. I mean, you went through your Sopranos watch.
I know, I heard it wasn't good. That's why I didn't watch it. And to be honest with you, the Sopranos for me is Gandolfini.
It is, but I'm saying when you see him playing a younger Tony, it is a little eerie in a way where you're like, yeah.
I might dip into it now because I like the actor in this.
Yeah, he's good.
That's why I might dip into it for him.
Yeah, no, and that's all I'm saying. Yeah, up for that. Yeah, so Buck takes him for a thing where he basically is gonna, it looks like. Do you think he really was going to do it, or do you think he was doing it as a scare? Because he's kind of grown on Buck as well.
Oh no, I think Buck knows this is the plan. The plan is I'm going to get you on my side, get your confidence, get you in a car. We're going to drive out. I'm going to scare the shit out of you to make you know that this isn't a pleasure drive.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to give you the choice.
Exactly. All right.
I think that was the plan the whole time.
Yeah, I don't think I think he would have done it if he had to.
Oh, yeah. If Fisk says, or I don't even think Fisk knows about this. This is him.
No. This is him throwing the kid a lifeline because he has grown on him. And he's like, I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it in a way where I'm basically going to scare him into cutting the bullshit now. Like,
Yes.
you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to
Either in
take
or you're
my
not.
near-death experience, and guess what? If it goes one way, then I'll do it if I have to. But I really, really don't want to do it. But I'm just trying to scare this kid straight and get him back in line.
I think that's 100% what's going on because, you know, at the end, they roll up, they open up that thing, and he's got her wrapped in plastic back there. I mean, the reporter, and I think that's it. He puts the scare in him, so when the choice is laid to him, he makes the correct choice.
Yep.
Did you shut it off? It won't go anymore. All right, whatever.
No, I didn't shut it off. It's weird. I celebrate. No.
All right, fine. I got too preoccupied
Whoa!
with it anyway.
This is now.
Anyway.
The Lotus Patronus.
The Lotus Patronus.
Damn it. Didn't work.
But no, I think you're right. If Daniel doesn't say he's in, he's going to kill him too. But I think he wants Daniel to say he's in. They do it together, and then it really solidifies you're in. This is, going back to The Sopranos, right? This is the moment you are in. You help kill and bury the body, and now we're all in this together. You don't do that, I'm burying you with that body.
Yep. So, yeah, that's where we're at. Then going, but man, unhinged Fisk is going to be
crazy. I'm excited for this next episode.
Oh, me too. And I was geared up for it last week, and then I got an episode that I completely did not expect. And I gotta admit, like when I was first watching it, I'm like, I'm into this, but I'm like, I'm not sure if this is what I wanted. But by the end of it, I'm like, nope. You guys fucking nailed it again. You gave me something I didn't even really think I wanted, but now I'm glad I had it.
You know what? You might not have wanted it first, but you needed it.
Exactly.
but like honestly, storytelling wise, this is why it's good because it's a breath. This is a breathing. This is all right. You know what? We hit you with something huge last week. A lot of action, a huge thing. Now we're gonna, instead of just going to the next action set piece, we're gonna slow it down and look at the ramifications for the characters and the theme and how this is gonna play out and how the things are gonna parallel each other. And Vanessa is dying and then dies, and you see Fisk living in the past, and him and Daredevil are opposites, right? So he loses someone, he's going to become unhinged. Daredevil lost someone, almost became unhinged, and is now sort of re-upping himself, getting back to the mission, getting back to who he was. Mm-hmm. And of course, this is going to parallel. So I love this show for going, you know what? We're going to take an episode where we just do some character work.
That's it. And again, it's in the long run, it's much, much, much for the better. Agreed.
100%.
So, all right. Well, then that does it for us this week then. Thank you thank you as always for joining us. No balloons there. No.
Nothing. Went dead on me.
Damn it. Thanks for joining us as always. If you join us on the Facebook live stream, sure to check out Grady's PC's Facebook group where we share a bunch of trailers and stories and whatnot that do not make the show. Check us out. Check out Pop Culture Pros and popculturepros.com because that's who we're represented by. Check us out on YouTube. Subscribe to Pop Culture Pros and wherever you found your audio-only podcast. We will be back next week talking more boys, more Daredevil, and the season finale of Invincible. So, I'm sure we'll see they stick the landing, but pretty confident in this one.
I'm sure they will.
They will. So hopefully here's to another week of spectacular TV at the same time. See you next week. Peace.